Hello there, lovely folks of YouTube. Ren here. So this is the reason why you didn't see a video from me last week. You can see where I'm at. This is actually Tangier Island. It's in Virginia, right smack in the middle of the Chesapeake Bay. Probably one of the most remote places you can get to here in Virginia. There is no cell phone service, very little internet. Only about maybe 150 people live on this island. This is actually the public beach. You can see there's practically nobody here. It's kind of great, actually. It's a really great place to get away as long as you don't mind not having access to the outside world. It's pretty awesome. Really cool environment here. It's mostly salt marsh. Seen a lot of crabs, a lot of egrets, really cool stuff. So yeah, you might see, I might give you a few little glimpses of what life is like here on the island while I'm here. I'm only here for just a few days, but it's always a really fun place to come and unplug, so that's where I'm at. So like I said, this here is the public beach. This is a really cool shipwreck that's here. What we're doing is we're looking south along the Chesapeake Bay. And yeah, it's pretty overcast today. There's forecast to be rain later on. Tide is in right now, so this is about as high as the water's going to get. I'm probably going to look for some sea glass in a little bit because this is a really good place to find sea glass. Also going to do a little bit of a cleansing ritual here in the sea because I like to do that every time I come to the ocean or the bay. Just make sure that I kind of wash off some of the crap from my spirit, so that's definitely going to be a thing that's happening as well. That there is one of the crab boats, probably making his run back to town. Tangier is like the soft shell capital of the Chesapeake Bay. If you get a soft shell crab anywhere in the whole eastern seaboard, there's a good chance that it came from Tangier. So this is definitely a place to come if you like seafood. There you go right there. That's a blue crab. A little baby blue crab. It's actually in my footprint to give you an idea of the size of this thing. It's a little teeny guy. Yeah, that's it. It almost ran over my feet, which is how... Oh, they are fast. There he is. See, now he's kind of like flattened out, hiding, like I can't see him. Yeah, no, I can still see you, buddy, but I'm going to pretend I don't. And then this here is a look at the island. So, like I said, the beach is kind of on the south shore of the island. This is basically the whole island right here. And every house you can see. This little area right here is basically the downtown area. You can see where the church steeple is. That's the center of town right there. Not a big town, and as you can also see, most of the island is basically salt marsh. So, oh, I'm getting bit by something. So one of the things that I love about coming here, or really anywhere that takes you out of your normal environment, is it makes you look a little more closely at what the nature of a place really is. So this is the salt marsh here on Tangier. You can see the little egret, snowy egret in there. Even though it's just kind of, at first glance, looks like a uniform sea of green, you can actually see a lot of detail hiding in that mass of green if you look a little more closely. You can see how the contours of the land are actually visible based on the height and the type of plants that are growing there. So like here where the soil is a little bit higher and a little bit firmer, we have the really tall sort of brushy stuff here. And then it kind of melds into this really low sort of like spring green stuff, but there's darker green and brown, again, where the land gets a little bit higher, but not quite high enough to actually support that brushy stuff. And then of course the sort of like russet orangey stuff is right along the edges of the water, where the little water channels are running through this marsh. This is really important when you're thinking about your own landscapes, and making sure that you're fitting your garden into what's actually existing there. Taking these cues from nature and following nature's guidance and what actually belongs where is really important in garden design. So this is kind of a really neat reminder of that. Plus, it's always a bonus when you can get the little wildlife to interact with it as well, you know. There are so many cats here on Tangier Island, and they are all, like, super friendly. I have two that are basically circling me right now, looking for love. And then there's even more over that way. Yeah. Yeah, I know. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. So here we are, the end of the day. This is the last full day I'll be spending here. We'll be leaving tomorrow. Henri is kind of making its way to the east of us right now. But sun is setting. It's just gorgeous. It is just gorgeous. Not much traffic to speak of either. Not a whole lot of people. And it's mostly golf carts. There's very few cars on the island. Most of the people get around with golf carts, which is kind of cool. But yeah. Yeah, that sunset over there. This is one of the bridges, of course, over the creek that runs through the middle of the island. It's kind of sad to think that, you know, I mean, this island is about half the size that it used to be, and in 50 years there may be nothing left of it, you know. So we're kind of getting the experience coming here while we can, because it may not even exist by the time my kids are old enough to have kids of their own, or their kids are grown. I don't know. I don't know what the timeline's going to be, but I don't think this place is going to be here much longer. So we're just enjoying it while we can. Such is life.